So we're live. We're here now. Let me let the Discord know, and then we're gonna go on. So yeah, this is live. Okay, so yeah, hi everyone. I'm Zach. My name is Zach, and I'm a software developer, and I've been working on this. I'm an open source software developer some of the time, and currently I'm working on getting the IMX219 driver, this device's driver, the IMX219 driver, to work on Zephyr. And the thing that's going on right now at the moment is, first of all, my editor is not set up very well, so I don't have code navigation as I usually have it, but that's okay. So that's not going to stop us from doing some stuff. We did some investigation yesterday, and we seem to have found a way of applying the quality that was missing, which was the link frequency, but that turned out to not be the actual issue. So upon further investigation, which I'll show you just now, we realized that what was it? Was build? Yeah. No. Actually, samples. This is gonna be Zephyr. So let's just remove all of this. So the thing we realized is the camera wasn't actually setting up at all. Wasn't getting set up at all. And that's the problem. What is it? Where am I? I'm gonna be in samples. I actually want to be outside this, and then I can go again like that. Just fine. Just give me a moment. West build. Yeah, and I want it to be in Zephyr samples, and then I would like video capture pristine. Yes. So let's build that. Source. Yeah, let's source it. Okay, cool. So this is in the same folder. I don't know how I deactivated that, but cool. So let's build it and observe what the issue is, and then we can go from there. And I'm gonna, as it builds, I'm gonna put this in bootloader mode. Cool. And that's why we were looking for this so much. And I think the thing I'm gonna do here is pick a com. Yeah, let's look at that. And if I reboot this, it should, well, I've already put it in bootloader mode. And if I go here and go West Flash, it should flash, which is good. And then I'll put it in application mode. And then you'll see the error, and then we can start actually debugging. So cool, amazing. So what's happening here, what I went and did was, as you can see here, what I went and did was, if you go here, if we go into this, as you can see, I set the log level to 2, so we're only getting warnings and errors. And it turns out when we could get everything all the way to info, we were missing this error. This one, STM from the DCMIPP driver, that the source device was not ready, and this is the result of init. Which this is just one I added yesterday just to observe whether it would work or not. And it turns out that our device is not actually being initialized. Okay, so we need to go find out what the issue is there, and then we can kind of sort of go from there. I have a feeling this might be the problem, because if we can get the device initialized, okay, everything looks okay. The problem was somehow we were losing. I can actually go back and fix this so that we can actually see. So let's do that. Let's do that. I hate skipping steps and doing magic in my streams, so I'll just do it properly so that everyone can see what the problem is. I'm putting the device in bootloader mode, and then we can go on. Yeah. Cool. west flush there. Put it in bootloader mode, and I'll do a west flush, and then yeah, there it goes. It's flushed successfully. And if I go back here and I reboot, what you'll notice is we never actually get that error. You never see this. You never see source device is never ready. And that's the issue. So we were missing that issue. We were missing that ticket, and because it got to actually setting up the device and pretending like the device was available, I assumed everything was working, and meanwhile the actual driver was not getting configured properly. So I'll put that back, and now we can actually start debugging the issue. So ideally this should come back and give us a 0, but we get a -34. So let's actually go Zephyr. I'm just on my browser, Zephyr error codes, and I want to see error numbers. So what is number 34? Number 34 is wait, it says argument that's not owner, so the error is below. The error is below. So once I find 34, yeah, error range, result is too large. So result is too large. What I want to do is kind of go through all of this, the init structure, and see where this first one comes up, where we get an error first, and then we can start from there basically, because there's no need of me fixing this one. Well, maybe this one and the other ones are not fixing. So what I want to do is I'll annotate all of this with I'll annotate all of this early exits with some logging. This is a result of set frame idle. Okay, and then we'll go back here, and I think I want to do and then this is so we can find where the first one happens. This is a result of set format FMT, and then here as well so we will only get this if we get an early return from those ones, so this is fine. So I would say this is result of CCI write. Okay. What am I? Oh. What am I doing? I'm doing right. CTI write. This is multi-regs. Multi-regs. And then in here, this is multi-reg 16, so it's fine. Regs 16, and then in here is this is input clock, set input clock, okay, and then what else? And then this is the chip ID. If we get a that would return, we would have seen that. I have a feeling we would have seen that. So I'm kind of going to we do, maybe it doesn't even get there. So, and then we go, this is CCReg1. Okay. Software reset. It's so cool because I happen to be familiar with this from another context. And this is device ready. No, I squared C, we would have seen that already. I just want to log wherever there's no return, whenever there's no logs, whenever it failed. Okay, and then this one is reach by D. Okay, and then what else? The wrong chip ID. That's fine. It will explode there, so we don't need that. And then that's the input clock, and yeah, and then we can just save this, and then I'm now gonna build this and see what happens. So we just want to see where the issue comes from. Actually, do I really want to do it like that? Because then there's this still here. So stream init ctrls. I've been muted. Sorry, I've been muted for a while now. Super hard to do this. Yeah, so that's a clean build all the way. Looks to me like a clean build all the way, no warnings. Yeah, so that's it. Clean build all the way, and we can probably flash this and see what happens now. Put in bootloader mode, west flash. Okay, cool. So that's flashed, and we can come back here, and then I'm gonna go out and put it in application mode, and then we can reboot this guy. So nothing fails all the way to init controls. Nothing fails all the way to init controls, so that's fine. That's fine. This is fine. Yeah, we can remove this. That's okay. That was already there. We can remove that. This is already here. Yeah, this is fine. So this doesn't fail either, and this doesn't fail either. And then this doesn't fail either. Okay, so now we know it's this, whatever is failing in init controls. This should return a 0, but it returns a -34, and a 34 in Zephyr errors is PF. Can we do error? No. Or no. Or no. I think this is the one. Is it the one? 34. Error. No. But which? Error no. No. Oh, error no. Yeah. Oof. Okay, so I don't see it here, but on the website it's defined. It's defined. So it's result too large, basically. But in any case, we know that the just go back to where I was. Yeah. In any case, we know that this function returns what we don't want. But it returns not a 0. So let's go see what this function does, and then we can come back here and see if this is actually something we want to do. So I want to do IMX219. This is where my inefficiency is right now, because I'm on this new version of the editor. Yeah. So in here, we want to just go through this and see what is happening. Let's log all the early returns. As always, it's a very small function. I think so. I think it's a very small function. So there's an early return here, there's an early return here, and there's an early return here. And yeah, it's going to be one of those. It's going to be one of those. And then if it's not one of those, it's going to be this one, init control, this one, and then we can go into that. So let's actually see if it's one of these. Okay, cool. Let's see here. Log error. this is the result of setting, this is what, analog gain. This is the result of analog gain. And this one is the result of setting brightness. And then in here, this is what? This is gonna be exposure. Exposure. And then we also want to check if this one, which one is this? This is the SP. Link track. And then in here we want to do, this is our digital gain. Okay, cool. So it's all of that. So it's all of that. And then I want to see this. I would like to say ret equals, and then let's see. Here, let's do that, and then let's say here return ret. Okay, cool. So let's see what actually, if there's an early return before this or not. And then this is the result. So we can come here and we can take this as and then here we can say here, and then we can be like SP, and then this is the result of I. Hey, do you see what I'm seeing? Do you see what I'm seeing? Do you see what I am seeing? How did I ever miss that? How did I ever miss that? Do you see what I'm seeing? Do you see what I'm seeing? So let me just go back to the original PR and we can look at it. So the IMX219, where's the IMX219? This is probably too little for you guys to see. But yeah, so the IMX219 is somewhere here. Let's see the C itself. Yeah, it doesn't want to. Can I see the file? View the file. And then init control. I'm just looking at the actual thing. What is it? What am I looking at here? What am I looking at here? What function am I looking at here? Init controls. Init controls. how did I get that messed up like that? I see. It's quite a bit of code here that I added. Okay, cool. So this is now gonna be different now, I think. Okay, we can kind of start building backwards slowly now. I think I see what happened. We had two sets of returns. Okay, cool. So maybe that actually discovers what the issue we had. I'm starting to remember to unmute because there's a red light in front of me. Where's flash? Oh, but not yet. Cool, that's flashed, and then we can go back here, and now I can see. Now this should actually be different. Video common initial. Video common initial. What is this? Okay, cool. So I want to build it. I just want to make sure we're getting the only errors that we're supposed to get, and then once we're getting just one, and then we can now go back and fix that one, because when we have like several ones and we don't know which one is actually the error that we're facing, it becomes a little bit of a problem. Sorry about chewing. Might be irritating. Is that flash? Go back here. If I reboot. Okay, cool. Digital gain. That's the problem. I'm so happy it's down there. I'm so happy it's in digital gain, because the other functions are quite huge to actually debug. So let's go back here, and we know this is not the one that's failing right now. We can leave these ones, and then we can go back. Digital gain, we can remove this one because we know that's working, and we can go back here and exposure, we know that's working. So digital gain, something here is wrong. So somehow digital gain fails with that, and first of all, let's just remove it and see what happens. Yeah. Let's just remove it first of all and see what happens. See if actually that actually fixes our thing. Might fix our thing. And then now we need to go back and see. Either we need to go back to the IMX219 manual and see the range that's allowed there. Okay. Cool. And I'm gonna reboot it. Now we need to go back here and I'm going to remove all the other logs. I'm going to just give it back and see if we actually are getting recording going on. And yeah, because we want to see the info thing, because I think we fixed it. But the thing is, I need to download the IMX219 datasheet. Okay, and then probably look at the control, digital gain control. Well, what is it? What is it? The one that's failing right now. Anyways, yeah. Let's put this thing in bootloader mode. We sort of found the issue. So we sort of found the issue. West flush. This is so cool. We can go to the next thing. We can go to the next project that's pending, which is for finishing RGBIR decoding in this is so cool. We're getting frames. We fixed it. We're getting frames. We are getting frames. There you go. There you go. There you actually go. We're getting frames. It works. Okay. I'm kind of proud of this. I don't know what to do. My only issue is I need to know whether the so back to the code. Back to the code. Where did we save this? Back to the code. So back to here. We need to know whether video control range doesn't allow this big of a minimum and a maximum, or that step amount, or if the this default one is too much. So we just need to know what the issue is there, and then once we know what the issue is there, we can just fix it from there on. So I think the first thing is to find this IMX digital gain default. IMX219 digital gain default. So which one is it? Is it that the default is too much, or is it that the 5,000 should fit, or is it that the minimum or the maximum is too much? So let's go and look at video control range. Video control range. Video control range. Oh, that's gonna be hard to find. So I'm gonna look for it in the browser, and you're going to have to excuse me and believe that I'm looking in the browser. And as soon as I find it, I'm gonna report back just now. But let me search it on the browser. Bear with me. This will only happen for a couple more weeks, and then we'll get a screen, and I should be able to do both screens. Video control range. Video control range. Okay, cool. So I need to go to Zephyr itself. Zephyr project itself. GitHub Zephyr Artos. No. GitHub.com. Zephyr Artos. Zephyr Artos project. I don't need to either. I need to go to Zephyr itself, and so in here I need to get to video range. This struct, I need to find this struct here. Minimum in 32 minimum, in 64 minimum, in min 64 in 32. So okay, cool. So I think we're doing, it has unions. I'm looking at it. So it's in video controls at H. We can go here. Video video. So here, this is the thing we want to find out whether, so there's a union for the minimum value, there's a union for the maximum value, there's a control value, the step value. So and then now the thing that, and then there's a control default value for video control type integer, boolean, medium, and so okay, cool. Space here. Okay, cool. So let's go back here and look at that. Look at that. Video init control. This is init control. Yeah. Okay. So it would have been like min 64, min max 64. So that's fine. What is the one that's failing here? I kind of need to go to video init control. Video init control. It's in video controls, eh? So here, I think this is the thing that's failing. Check range. Check range is failing. I have a feeling it's check range is failing. Dog. Check range fail. Let's see that. I don't really. Okay. And then we're gonna build this again. And then I know it's check range that's failing. I kinda know. We're getting frames. $5,000 is right in the middle of 'em. We might have found it. So, because it's assigned, it's an int 32. It's not an int u. It's not unsigned. It only holds half of the value. So 5,000 is still in there. Anyway, let's flash this and see. Okay, so that's flash. And because I'd saved the changes plus all the new stuff, it does fail. It explodes way before we got them. So it's not just 7FF. Here's the thing. Here's what we're trying to look at. So you see this is an int32 max here. int32 max. And I don't think an int32 max can hold x77. 5,000 should work. 5,000 should work. Can we try this? Can we try it like that? Let's see if we can do 0, 0 and all of this, and then we can come back and see what happens there. Yeah, see here. What if we go just 0 and then and 1 and 0 here. Okay, 0. What if we do that? And then we just start fixing them one by one and see what happens. Did I write it? Yeah. Playing a simple board. We did get frames. And the next one does work. It's fine. We're just gonna go one by one. Why did I do that to myself? This is not the one with the problem. We're in analog gain. This is where the problem is. Not even analog gain, we're in digital gain. Let's do that. Let's set the maximum to be that and see what happens. Okay, cool. So it seems like even if I do that, okay, that's not the one. So let's go here and say the default to be 0, and then we'll see from there. 0. Okay, let's do that. Let's see if the default setting for 0 is the one that actually does that, because I'd like to leave that setting in. I'd like to leave the digital gain setting in, and then if possible just actually have it like, but I have a working version of it, not just remove it completely, and then we can go fix it with the rest of the team, because now we kind of know what's happening. Okay, that flashed, and if I go here and I just leave it at that. Okay, fine. So it looks like that's the problem. Digital gain, the 5,000 is out of range. I do not know how it would be out of range, but it should be quite obvious. I just don't know. Because 5,000 as an integer 32. I don't know. So let's leave that as up. I think that's what it was. And then we can probably do x7f. I'd like to see if that one works, and then I'll go like that smack in the middle, and then I'll leave it there. Or decimal to hexadecimal, that's 1388. Can I do 1388? And then let's see if that actually still works. So it could be that. We do get frames. She built. Okay, she flashes. Reboot. Oh, sorry, flash again. Rerun. Let's see. Do we get frames? Cool. 1388 works. So it looks like the 5,000 is out of range. We've definitely pointed at the thing now, and we know what's happening. So, wow. Thank you so much. I need to do a print screen of this, and I need to go through that, and then I need to go through. I need to just do that, do the whole that. That's done. As always, here we go. We found what the issue was. Well, we've pointed at the thing. We know what the issue is, and we are getting, at the very least, in theoretical form, we're getting frames from the device. There might be an issue with UVC with this device, and that might be the next thing we need to fix. But I have a way. We now have a way of getting the software to tell us like everything is okay, and it can actually get it gives us a, how do we call this? It gives us the frames. The software agrees that the frames are flowing through it, and if there's any more adjustment, it's going to be details now. So I'm going to go report this back to the videos group, and we're going to see what we can fix up, and we'll see where to go from there. And And then, yeah, that is it. Hopefully this is the last time we're seeing this. There might be like more work to do, which I will do off of the stream, I think, and just get this driver off of the line and get it usable, and hopefully someone can use it in their work and whatever, and I also can use it. And it's been really cool because I've had to like walk through all of this APIs and everything and find out actually where it's broken. So that's been very, very helpful to go through it, and to actually find out how the APIs work, because I had to go add logs and remove logs and all of this stuff. And in so doing, we've ended up making the thing work, and I'm really happy with that. So yeah, thank you everyone. Thank you so much for showing up today and letting me work with this, and thank you. It's been amazing. Yeah. Let me go. I don't know. That would be very odd if you guys have been seeing just one screen the whole time. Is that what was happening? Oh no. This is amazing. So somehow the screen capture is just, what is it? No, 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 no. Is this another stream that's broken? Oh no. Okay. I'm gonna leave it at that. Thank you all so much for coming today. We found out what the issue was, and I'll see you next time with whatever we're working on Zephyr, on FPGAs, on firmware, on whatever. Thank you so much. It's a bit of a struggle this past week because my machines are not working as I expect them, but we'll fix it and we'll always work on this. And thank you so much for showing up on my streams. Cheers. Remember, fix things.